Come on in for a sneak preview of Diving in Pop Culture, the latest exhibit from the History of Diving Museum. Hi, I'm Linnea Wilson. I'm museum curator here at the History of Diving Museum.
And I'm Josh Thacker, the Collections and Exhibits Manager. Together we curated the newest featured exhibit, Diving in Pop Culture, which looks at the underwater world as portrayed in advertising, entertainment, and mainstream culture.
Diving in Pop Culture looks at separate outlets for pop culture, things like TV shows, books, and attractions, as well as specific stories like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and Sea Hunt, which have inspired a lot of people to become divers and has helped shape our perceptions of diving.
As we started this research, we were amazed at how prolific diving is in popular culture. Some references came to us completely by chance, and of course visitors and members had their suggestions of what to include. It's also interesting to see what was included in diving. Some movies and TV shows have bizarre references, often for comedic effect.
It seems like every day one of us comes in and I saw another thing to add to the list of games or the list of movies, or this show that has nothing to do with diving has a whole diving scene I didn't know about. One aspect of this exhibit that I love is this early timeline of pop culture diving references. It covers from 1593 through the 1960s, and it really illustrates how storylines and film depictions have grown alongside greater scientific understanding and new technology. A great example is Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. In the original illustrations, we have these aquatic vegetable-looking plants, and the marine life is very whimsical. And in less than 100 years, the Williamson brothers adapt a metal periscope to allow for underwater filming. And in 1916, they made the first film adaptation of Jules Verne's tale.
QR codes and NFC tags throughout this space link to fun things like behind-the-scenes clips, a music playlist tied to the exhibition, digital copies of articles, and comics showcased in these displays, and more.
This section here is called Fact and Fiction, and it looks at various films about diving pioneers that range from being extremely fictional to being very accurate. Men of Honor especially is one of the most famous diving stories, and the film is pretty close to the true story of Carl Brashear.
The museum is located in the beautiful Florida Keys.
And we host 2 new exhibits every year in our changing exhibit room. Diving in Pop Culture opened on April 20th, 2021, and it'll run through the end of the year, so be sure to come and see it before we close. Also check out divingmuseum.org to see what's going on at the museum. We do regular virtual presentations every 3rd Wednesday of the month, and we hope to begin doing them in person again soon. We also have regular programs that we do throughout the year. So again, check divingmuseum.org and look for us on social media.